Why am I holding this? This is a symbol and representation of December. It's December 2nd, and I've been asking my students this, and I decided to share the details of how to guarantee your resolution this year. So, if you had to start your resolution yesterday or today, what would you do to take the steps to start your journey? I've been doing this since 2016, 17 for the past 3, 4 years. And I've always actually gotten excited because my resolution kind of committed and came true. And it's because this one tip, very quick and simple. Start early. Whether it's your resolution starts tomorrow or maybe you're thinking 3 months out in advance, my recommendation is to, again, start now. So example is if you were to decide that your resolution is to work out more. That's a great example. So now that you have that in mind, if you were to have that mindset a month ahead of time or 2 days before, now you're getting the mindset of when am I going to work out, the morning or after work? Am I going to get my clothes and wear them when I wake up for working out or bring them to work? So now you set a time and then you set your idea of clothes. Now you set your location. Where am I going to do it? And also your time, how often, how long, what's my time frame, and then set your intent. So the intent would be, I just want to be able to last 30 minutes. If you were to build it a month before your New Year's resolution actually begins in January, then you'll be able to be jumping on this mindset of, okay, well, I did it for 2 days or I did it for a month. I can do 30 minutes. Now I want to work out for 45 minutes. I want to work out for 2 hours. So all that stuff. And another example is if you were to work out a month ahead of time, maybe you were like, I don't know what stretches to do. And then you try looking online for ideas. You have stretches for your hands, stretches for maybe your legs. Maybe you have ones for flexibility or cardio or strength training. And then by the end, when New Year's actually starts and happens, you'll say, I have a lot of stretches for flexibility, a lot for endurance. My resolution actually is to get better at just being able to be toned. What does that entail? Okay, I'm going to switch it between my flexibility stretches, Monday morning and then cardio and then endurance, so all that stuff. An example that I had, I'll give you 2 examples. One's really embarrassing, another one's really simple. If your resolution is, I want to be a really good artist, I want to get better at it, that sounds great. You're not going to be Michelangelo anytime soon because that's 10,000 hours. But still, you'll find this all over the board. A good tip for resolutions is also to not get mad or down on yourself when you skip a day or you don't do a great job. All right. So an example is I wanted to do CSI curves. And I don't mean the TV show, although I do love the TV show. I just can't watch a lot because it gets really depressing. But it's how to draw what artists would call action lines. So this is an example. Before, I would have to sit there and research, what is this? What can I do with this shape? Basically, if I want someone to be jumping in the air, I can kind of like come up with it really fast, right? Yay! Or maybe he gets punched. Oof! Right? So when you're doing things like storyboarding, you just want to be able to get the idea across really fast. So having the ability to say, here's my simple New Year's resolution, and then kind of tell yourself, okay, my resolution is drawing, I guess. So not only am I able to have someone just draw one of these letters and have me come up with an idea quick, I've been able to practice drawing outfits, like actual clothes and how to, draw wrinkles and curves and stuff, and draw things like elements, water, fire, earth. Think about how hard that is to draw. All right. So another example, at the embarrassment of myself, was that one year I wanted to smell better. Right? It was such a weird one, right? Like, I ate an almond, and for some reason I had this weird reaction I thought was allergic, and I never had that before. And I realized as an adult, I needed to figure out what was going on with me. Your body changes every 7 years. So I wanted to start from the beginning and basics, starting with no meat, no dairy, no eggs, no that kind of stuff, just figuring out what it was. And by figuring out what I wanted in my diet, I realized that if I started veganism, which by the way was an accident, because I thought it was about being educated on vegetables, how to cook them. Because if you want to learn how to cook, start at the beginning, then I'd be able to learn how to be healthy for myself. So the hospital bill would be lower later on. Giving it the old college try of 3 months was me able to have the change in veganism happen in the brain, in the body, and also the habits forming. So after a year, my resolution of just smell better became I was eating better. And also, here's a helpful hint for you guys. If your idea is to get better or get it better in shape or work out more, it's actually 80% what you eat and 20% your workout. So just as a helpful hint. And since it's like 5 minutes, I want to give another advice for people who love December, love Christmas. If your resolution is to be cleaner, there's nothing worse than going to the New Year's with a house full of crazy decorations. And I'm going to talk on behalf of those who love December. I have a student in my class who, when asked, when does winter start, had said, technically it starts December 21st. So all of you guys technically listen to Christmas music in the fall. We have this idea that when fall comes, people don't like to listen to Christmas music or put up decorations. I'm on the bandwagon of not liking Christmas music unless it's like, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, like something that's just different. Maybe find different cultures and their their holiday music, all right? There's just so many more music. Why do you listen to the same thing every single year? But an example that she had, the teacher that was with us that heard it was like, yeah, I agree with that. If you want to listen to music because it makes you happy, we've had a crazy 2020 year, COVID year, then do that. Make it happy. But, it's kind of sad because it's short-lived. It's only 3.5 weeks, not even a full month. And so that being said, the advice that I have for people who love December, who want to extend how merry and bright all the colors are, is to make sure, especially if your New Year's resolution is to be cleaner, is to find decorations that can last you all winter. And I mean all winter season, from December all the way to February. That way, if, for example, is the Christmas tree. It takes 7 years to grow that thing. It's like a little 7-year-old kid running around and walking around, but we kill it and put it in our houses, and we only leave it there for like 3 weeks. So if you love that smell, then keep that smell for as long as you can for the whole winter, even if it means getting the tree late. Maybe you love decorations and you want to just have that feeling of positivity of all the bright colors, right? So maybe you keep that glitter decoration that you had for New Year's and you keep it all the way until February, right? So it still keeps in trend and you have less to clean up. I mean, it's winter break, right? We all like to cozy in and get lazy. Hello, hi, I like to be lazy. But to suddenly get out of that phase and have to do spring cleaning, that can kind of get annoying, right? So if your decorations are easy to clean up, you're not going to be in this mindset of, didn't I just put the decorations out recently and I had to put it away again? I'm doing everything. So whether it's glitter or red or something that's not specifically themed for a time, like a cross, or that can go through all year depending on what your religion is, or gingerbread. If you only eat gingerbread in December, then maybe find something that has reindeers, because reindeers are all year, right? Or caribou, as they say. So that's just my tips for everybody, okay? So have your resolution in mind. Great, whatever it is, start early, even if it's a day or 2 weeks ahead of time or 3 months ahead of time, and get that mindset of, what do I need to achieve this? And that way, by January, you're already in that achieved mind. You're already in the habit of doing it. So there you go. If you don't do it every day, that's okay. You will find that by the end of a year, you'll discover so much more about yourself than you would have if you kind of just stuck to it. Just done the CSI resolution that I had in mind, I probably would have only been able to do this well, but maybe I wouldn't have understood how to storyboard or how to draw clothing or draw facial expressions or hair or eye expressions, which is really interesting, like especially when you have your mask on. What? So the other one is decorate so that you don't have to start your new year mindset of I have to clean more or I have to change the decorations. And in the meantime, I hope you have a mesmerizing weekend, an enamored month, a celebratory season, and warm one with good food. And I'll see you guys later. I hope that helped. Bye, guys.